And then in the late 90s, I read a couple books on the history of the Black Panther Party. I had a fascination with the story and the rise of them in the turbulent 60s, and I designed a t-shirt around it. Soon after that, there was an article in the New Yorker written on me and another guy from Canada, you guys might know, named Dove Charney from American Apparel. Me and him were best friends for many, many years, and he was living with me at the time, and he was in LA, and New Yorker wrote this article about us, because we used to just act like we were married, you know, just like bitchy women, and we met the writer, and I, you guys, interesting, I want to write an article for you guys. So I mentioned, the point is I mentioned the t-shirt in it, and I got a call from one of the guys that ran the Black Panther since the 60s, the Black Panther Party. His name was David Hilliard. He said, you know, I'm sorry, you don't have the rights to use those images, but if you'd like to talk about a licensing deal. Long story short, I flew up to Oakland, California, and I made a deal with this guy, and I got the rights to the Black Panther Party for a couple of years, and we did some little clothing line under Jive of it. And yeah, I'm a Jewish Hispanic kid from the San Fernando Valley, and I had the worldwide rights to the Black Panther Party. So that was pretty interesting. We used to exhibit. This was at the height of the urban, you know, stuff, FUBU, Shanjan. And we used to have these trade shows and all those companies and people dressed in baggy shit, listening to hip-hop music, yo, so, you know, it's a fucking crowded trade show with all these big booths, and there's us with this little black booth selling Black Panther stuff. There's one brother helping me, and me in a fucking Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt and a mustache. So, you know, represent, man. Over here in the corner, next chapter is, well, it's called the Mad Dog Chronicles. I can't tell you how influential and important skateboarding was to me and my taste and my attitude, okay? I didn't start a skateboard company. I was really into skateboarding till about age 14 or 15. I still skated till the age of 30 when I broke my leg. But I can't deny the importance of it on Cali street style. And in the mid-70s, you know, came along the Zephyr team, the Dogtown crew. You guys seen the Dogtown documentary? Like, that was the time period when I was heavily into skateboarding, and it was super influential. Before that, skateboarding was, I don't know, maybe it was the coolest sport, but it didn't have the coolest image, you know? Guys with short hair, slaloming cones, you know? And then these guys out of Santa Monica and the Venice area got together. Skip put together this team of fucking radical dudes, and they just would skate pools and just get radical. And they, you know, they turned around skateboarding, and especially this guy named Tony Alva. Tony Alva, in those days when you were a kid, there was Tony Alva, there was Jay Adams, this is 76, 77, and there was everybody else, okay? He was the most radical motherfucker ever. And then he started his own company soon after the Zephyr team. He called it Alva, had a partner. And he was already very popular. And what resonated with me was everything about him. But when he started his company, he started an ad campaign. There was a guy I tracked down. His name was Eric Monson. He was a graphic designer. He just got out of art college. He didn't know shit about skateboarding. He knew about graphic design and avant-garde art, and he knew about underground music. So he got hired to do this ad campaign. This was Alva's first ad. He looks all pissed off there because he wanted Eric to do an ad of him just ripping a pool or something. And Eric's like, no, I don't want to do that. Just stand in the pool. And they threw a skateboard over his head and took the shot. Just something really esoteric. Alva's really pissed off. Well, guess what? Because of Alva's popularity, the ad came out, and it was a huge success. After that, Alva said, you can do what you want, Eric. And it succeeded. It turned around advertising and skateboarding, and it was all attitude, you know. Before that, it was just some guy with a board in his hand, like, ride my board, it fucking rips, 8.5 inches of wood. You know, these trucks are, you you know, made out of poly blah blah blah, you know. But then comes these Alba ads where it's just fucking badass, you know. And these, as I guess, as an emanating graphic designer later on, these, you know, I always remember these ads. So, before the Dogtown movie came out, we did an exhibition in a few different places of Wayne Miller's photos. This is one of Wayne Miller's photos and his ads, because I wanted to communicate to the public how important and influential this was to me and I think to the history of skateboarding. Right on. So, chapter 13, the propagandists. Sometimes people think that when you design your own line, you get to do whatever you want. I can do whatever I want, but unless I want to go out of business real quick, I have to consider the reality of what will sell in the market and variables affecting the main goals of generating enough sales to cover the overhead, pay bills, and pocket some change. It's a constant battle. So we decided to do a creative journal. In this creative journal, we have let's see, a serial killer story by former bassist for Christian Death with various artistic interpretations of the killer, including one by a convicted cannibal and one by avant-garde musician Ariel Pink, a Zapatista photo story by Sean Mortensen, and a bunch of other just weird stuff that we were just into. We just wanted to do a publication that we just had total freedom, creative control. So we sold it to bookstores in our accounts. About in 2004, 2005, we had a big party at the Museum of Contemporary Art, the Contemporary in Los Angeles, and it was great. Spent a lot of money and lost a lot of money. Anyways, these are pretty limited now, and I believe they're giving one away with the purchase of a shirt tonight. So you guys can look at it. The poster I have, the graphic designer at the time, Andrew, this was part of his record collection. He was a big DJ. He's actually a way bigger DJ now. But, that was that.